This is your average lens filter. And this is the brand new KASE-GMCUV II filter. In today's video, we're going to be talking about why lens filters are so important in real life situations, whether that's video, photography, Lego photography, and not only how these filters can improve your image quality, but also protect your expensive lens. So let's get into it. Right off the bat, lens filters are extremely important. At the moment, I use the KASE-CPL III polarizing filter. Now, I'll use this filter for my Lego photography as it will help cut away any reflections that are on the figures, as plastic is very reflective. And if you have harsh lighting, then you can get terrible reflections on their face. And this polarizing filter kind of removes that, so I don't have to spend hours in Photoshop meticulously removing them in post. It cuts away 20 to 30 minutes of my time. It is a definite need in my photography gear. Now for this shoot, I've been given the brand new KASE-GMCUV II filter, and we're here at Cornwall Park, which has a lot of farm animals and wildlife. And of course, we're going to be shooting a whole range of different scenes, from wildlife, Lego photography, of course, and a few videos here and there, to give it a proper test drive. Just word of warning, I'm not being paid to say anything in this review. The team over at KASE simply just sent me this filter to review, so all opinions are my own. So in this very premium feeling box, we of course have the filter. It came with a small manual, but I was kind of disappointed to not see a cloth for this filter, as you usually get them with new filters, lenses, and so on to, you know, obviously clean your filter. Yes, it's a small nitpick, and of course, I'm pretty sure everybody who has a camera has a cloth or, you know, something to wipe their new filter with, but it was just kind of disappointing not to see that with a filter. I just feel like it's a need, of course. Love the golden edge to the filter, and it screws onto my lens very, very well with no issues at all. And of course, if you're applying a filter to a camera, you always got to make sure that you clean any dust or debris on the actual lens before you put the filter, so then it's not trapped inside. Side note, if you don't know what this bird is, it's called a tui. It is one of the beautiful native New Zealand birds, or one of the many. And I think this footage is by far one of my favorite shots I've done of them in a while. So I did my best to cut out the wind, but just take a listen. I think it was a good pick to choose this farm/park for this shoot, as there's a large variety of wildlife and places we can shoot in, and really just give this filter the best test possible. So very happy I chose this spot. Straight away, as you saw in the intro, this filter is extremely durable. I was able to drop a steel ball from a meter high, and you could just see from the other filter it had absolutely no chance, but this filter just almost destroyed the steel ball itself. You could see that it bounced multiple times and it was completely unfazed, which is extremely important for your lenses, as the most vulnerable part of your lens when attached to your camera, of course, is the front. And that's where the important glass is. Like if you're doing rolling shots for car photography, you might have a stone flick up into this filter, it will survive. If the lens goes flat first onto a bunch of rocks, yeah, maybe the edges will get scuffed up a little bit, but the filter itself, the lens, will survive. Unless if it's dropped and, you know, there's internal damage on the lens, then that's another story. But the most important part is that the front of your lens is okay. And if somehow something is strong enough to penetrate this filter, all the damage will be taken by this filter and not your lens. So what would you rather do? Would you rather invest in something that's maybe 120, 130 bucks, or have to reinvest in a new lens that is almost $2,000? I'm definitely going with the filter. Now, because I usually use a polarizing filter when doing Lego photography, it's very easy to have the polarizing filter and then have this filter on top. Yes, it makes the lens a little bit longer, but still, it's just another protection. Not only the polarizing filter, but also the lens itself. So this is going to be something that I carry on with me for a very long time. After taking a few photos here and there, I didn't see any significant differences at all. The saturation stayed the same, the sharpness, the reflections were all the same. and I did a few tests with the video as well, and there was no notable differences between using the filter and not using the filter, which of course is very important, as you don't want a lens screwing up your photos or your videos. You want it to be as true to the lens itself, so another big tick. Now we move on to the next feature that this filter has, and that is the ability to block out ultraviolet light, which kind of helps reduce the haze that you would experience on really sunny days, when of course you're shooting in outdoor situations. So here we have a highlighter pen to kind of demonstrate the filter's anti-ultraviolet effect. Since the ink glows under UV light, you can clearly see the difference when the filter is used, which is another massive tick right there. Now, I was shooting on a day that was kind of overcast / sunny, so I didn't really get a proper opportunity to see if this works in the real life situation. But I mean, from the pen test, you can see it does truly block out UV light, which, you know, is another plus to photography and video. You don't want to have a haze going through your videos and stuff, so another great thing about this filter. Now, if I was to buy this myself, I think I would be buying it primarily to protect my lens. Now, although it comes with those nifty little features, I think the most important part is it's the most protection that you can give your lens. And I think it would be a great thing to invest in, because it's kind of like if you were to invest in a really good phone case. Yes, you're spending a little bit when you first buy it, but it is saving you a crap ton of money. You eventually drop your phone, or in this case, drop your camera or throw your camera into some rocks. So I truly think this is a really good investment for photographers who are out on the go consistently, especially in outdoor situations, because there is just so many factors that can damage your lens, and having that protection is just another good state of mind. And of course, for someone like me who does Lego photography, where I'm constantly getting low to the ground, extremely crucial to have something to protect that lens. So I kind of wish I invested in something like this sooner, as it's just another layer of protection for one of the most expensive parts of your camera equipment, which of course is your lens. So if you want to pick up this filter for yourself, I'll leave the name of the filter down in the description below. I'm definitely going to be using this filter from now on. You'll see it all throughout my videos if you see my camera. Thank you again to KASE for sending this out. Let me know if you've used any of their products. I have, of course, 2 of them now, and I've had nothing but positive experiences. I'd like to know if you use any of their products. Please leave a comment below. Also, let me know what you think of these images. I mean, there wasn't too much to go along with them. I just wanted to do something quite casual, get a few wildlife photos in there too. It's just a nice simple shoot to kind of give this a test drive. Now, a little bit of an announcement for my Instagram. On the 23rd of September, my biggest collaboration yet is about to be revealed. So follow my Instagram to see what that's going to be about. I'm very, very excited to show you what it is. I mean, I can't say anything now, but I will have a full-length video about it. And also the photos that came from this collaboration are probably one of my proudest and also one of my most cherished ones. So stick around for that. A video and photos on the way for that. And I guess I'll see you in another video. Thank you very much for watching the video. Like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.